Hey, hey, it's a
Friday.
Friday. It's a Friday. It's the end of the week. It's the
The
last
last
day.
day.
Hey,
Oh,
everybody.
I never heard that.
Hello.
Hey,
Hola.
Wonderful. Drink sponsored by The Cure once again tonight. Love it. Love it. Check them out on Instagram as well as all other social media platforms at Cure Cocktails.
good
Love it.
people. Good people.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it.
Love it. Love it. They had some wonderful, wonderful drinks at the Cutler K event. The Mai Tai was fire.
I heard. I saw it
Yes.
on
Shout
IG.
out to Cutler K.
We
So,
missed you last week, Ebony. Saw you out there
Yes.
at the event. That was
Yes,
nice.
it was wonderful for Delectable Sweets and Treats. We completely sold out. So
Nice.
Yay.
sweets and treats. Be sure
go
to
Ivory.
delectable.
Amen.
Nice.
Amen. Amen.
That's amazing.
Waiting on
I'm
my
just
Nice.
shaking
10%.
off. I'm still shaking off that weight
Waiting on
from
my 10%. Waiting on my 10%.
That's funny. That is funny. That is funny. Hey, we know what time it is, and before we get into it, oh, cousin Michael is interrupting my 2 cents, and we're
Uh-oh.
gonna have to call cousin Michael back. And I forgot to turn my phone
Hey,
on
Ma.
silent.
Good
But
evening.
before we really get into the show, did you all see Miss April Garrett
Oh,
down at Miami Top Black Education
Ooh,
2021?
We
Yes,
need to
doing
circle
her
her
look
face
thing.
and her
at them
toes.
Doing
shoulders
her
out for the
thing.
teachers. Shoulders out. Yeah.
Shoulder,
right.
shoulder, shoulder. The
Yeah.
That's
left
all.
The
That's all.
shoulder.
shoulders were out.
Did y'all see
Hey,
that
Oh
marketing?
Shoulders out.
Did y'all see that marketing? Did y'all see that marketing? Y'all see
hey,
that
Yes.
marketing?
that's good for the
Yes.
additional 5K followers right there. A little bit of shoulder action.
Yes.
Hey,
There it
since
is.
you
Was
Hey,
also
Avis.
on
since you made prime time and all,
High Middle School.
I guess we're gonna have to scrap that OnlyFans idea, huh?
Yeah, I can't do that.
What you mean? That's
I
only
need
to
to-
boost the OnlyFans, Miles. That's what I'm saying.
We don't want your students logging on and seeing you in any compromising
Can't do
positions.
that.
So we
Yeah,
don't want-
sorry, I don't have that.
That never
April
happens
is
anyway.
April is
Miles, they don't have the login because they don't know how many E's are in AG. You know, she like put extra E's in to keep the kids out. They
Anita
don't know
Baker
that
trying
number.
to say something.
April.
What you say?
April, no, I was just saying you're a Richmond Raider, and once a Raider, always a Raider. And I just wanted to shout out the other fellow Raider on there, Miss Leslie Cooper.
Miss Cooper, yes.
Our former colleague, my current
My
colleague,
soror.
for Richmond Heights Middle School. So
Yes.
way to represent Raiders.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate you letting 3 minutes and 30 seconds go by before you brought somebody else up that wasn't on my 2 cents to give them that stage and that accolade. But since they are a Raider
And they're soror.
and they are Sarah, then
Yes.
give them a round of applause too.
Yes.
Yes.
The
And we're
white
gonna,
Philly.
huh?
The
I'm
white
a Houston
Philly.
Red Raider, so I don't.
What did Boosie Collins say?
He was doing you.
Oh.
He said he'd rather be with you, Miss Ross. That's what he said.
Funny.
He said he'd rather be with you.
Okay. Hey guys, it's still Black Music Month. Shout out to Kanye.
Kanye
to
Controversial.
the Kanye.
Such a controversial person.
Yes, he is. He
They want
is.
to stay relevant.
Sales.
Look, and
You need
Kanye
to be
went
careful.
from suing Walmart to being sued by Walmart.
Oh wow.
Did you see this latest situation? No. Kanye went from being sued by Walmart to suing Walmart.
No, what happened?
I didn't know he was sued by Walmart.
Me neither.
Yes, for copyright infringement on the Star
Star
logo.
Oh.
Yes, and then they went ahead and did like all brands do.
Oh, that's awful.
Copied his shoe.
The Yeezys.
The foam Yeezys.
I never even seen those shoes. Those are awful. They
Can
were
we
like
be honest? They probably both came from the same manufacturer somewhere in South Asia.
Right.
That's very
That's
true.
exactly right, Dwight.
Yeah,
That's exactly right.
It's
That's
true.
crazy.
So that's what you need to be mad at. You need to be mad at somebody.
Hey man, in China, they have literally a factory, and they will make your Timberland boots for you right there. And then they have the iron and they say, "Do you want Timberland or you want Adidas or you want Nike?
Which one you want?
You want Timberland,
That's
Adidas,
funny.
or Nike?"
Wow.
And then you say, "I want the Timberland,"
right
and they be like, clank,
Burn.
clank.
Yep.
There go your Timberlands.
Wow. Yeah.
But remember, those aren't knockoffs; those are replicas. There's a difference. I found out.
No. Those aren't even knockoffs or replicas. Dude worked in the factory.
The same people that work in the make your real stuff. They just make the other. They have another
shop on the street, and he was like, "It come from factory. It come from factory."
Yeah.
Right there. I worked there. I worked at factory.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to a similar dude who does that in Harlem on 125th Street.
That's right.
Always got a garbage bag of Air Force Ones. I want you to understand. We out here.
In the China district. There you go.
No. This ain't on Canal Street. This is in the heart of Harlem. You know,
I got you.
That part.
I got you.
Right in front of Jimmy Jazz. You know what I'm talking about.
Jimmy Jazz on every corner.
I'm telling you.
And that's what everybody does.
Many of them. Right.
That's what everybody does. I mean, Target does the exact same thing. Every Steve Madden shoe that comes out,
Madden,
it is at Target, and Steve Madden copies off of every upper echelon shoe. He has Balenciaga's. Every shoe that Balenciaga is making, it's at Steve Madden right now. He has the golden goose sneaker.
Yeah, they have everything.
I don't understand what Kanye is really upset about, but that's what happens.
So I'm not big on the fashion deal because of my upbringing. I was not privy.
You know what Bobos are though. You know exactly what Bobos are, Latif.
I was not.
Keds. You had to knock off Keds.
I was not privy. I was not privy to the fashion.
Tell me to come here.
I was not privy to the fashion world.
My dog used to be in Chess King back in the day.
Chess King. Not the XJ900.
My mama be like, Latif, you getting 2 outfits. 2 outfits.
That is funny.
The dog used to be draped in outfits, but he was
growing up, my old girl used to take me to Joanne Fabrics. And she'd be in there looking at the fabric, and then she'll pull it out. And she'll be like,
"That's an awesome skill."
She'll be like, "Turn around." Oh yeah.
T, don't tell me you had the Huxtable Gordon Gartrell. You had
exactly.
You had
she was like, "Come on."
That's an awesome skill to have. That's
said, "Come on. We're gonna go get this plaid fabric for this."
Gordon Gartrell.
She was using the skills that she had
What your mama gave you
to survive. But guess what? You were never without clothes. Okay, so you gotta be grateful. And
You're right. I was never without clothes.
Grateful and thankful.
However, I provided several hours of material for my dog to jump on me. I provided several materials.
That's hilarious.
And I had to go home and get my material right to come back the next day. And it made me that much stronger.
Right.
It built character. Character.
Why is the voice shaky?
The
voice was
character.
It's
You said my voice was shaky?
Yeah. You had a real traumatic experience.
Let's move on. I'm nervous.
We sending hugs to you.
I got PTSD behind that.
Latif, I knew you were extra sensitive every time I talked to you. Now I understand why.
That's funny.
That reminds me of there was this meme that I saw that talked about how lucky they were to go to a HBCU because on their dorm floor they had somebody that was selling plates of food, that would do braids.
It was like
that would do they said it was a black store, a black mall, where you could just get everything.
Shout out to Blunts and Fades.
That's how my niece is.
Hey, don't forget about that legal contraband because there was somebody on that floor selling weed too.
I was like Blunts and Fades. That was the literal name of the shop.
Yeah, but it's even more now. Like even more now. My
We are
niece,
so true.
they do get their hair done. They even get tattoos from each other.
Oh,
Piercings.
no.
Yeah,
Oh.
but they be certified. They
You gotta draw the line
certified. These
somewhere.
these
That is.
girls are
I'm like,
certified.
oh
Well, I would not know nothing about that, you colored folks. We had free beer everywhere we went. Okay,
You know what?
And it
It's
wasn't
definitely Kanye being Kanye. That is
Yep.
definitely Kanye being Kanye.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Belinda,
Straight
so
up.
at Hampton, you didn't have anyone next to you that would do your hair for you?
I
Wow.
was gonna say
I
we
think
had.
she was talking about Hampton.
I knew people. I knew there was
Definitely
one
used to
chick
break
at
my-
Hampton.
Yeah.
One chick at Hampton. She made literally like $1,500 a week just doing nails.
Oh, okay.
I believe it.
Okay.
Just
So Belinda
doing
just
nails.
doesn't know. She doesn't
I
know.
keep trying to get Justice to have her dad teach her how to cut hair because I mean she would make a killing on Clark's campus and Morehouse right across the way.
Right,
Girl, what?
right.
But you know what? The Lord may be having her stay focused on her studies.
Look, David Ruffin, who's in the background, David Ruffin William, who can't get on the show. He commented. Yeah, he did.
Ain't nobody trying to see you, William.
He said he's about to get
He had
those.
to run them coins before he got on the air. He was trying to.
Who is Black Dynamite?
That's William.
Oh Lord, he
No,
bought
Gosh.
no. William said that he's gonna get those shoes from Walmart. And so
No,
I
but
have a
who's
comment
Black Dynamite?
to David Ruffin and to Avis. I have already ordered those shoes, and I'm gonna let you know how comfortable they are and if they really are ugly cute, because they seem like they are ugly cute.
I don't know. I have the slides and they are super comfy.
Look here, man.
I have the
seem like
slides. The
That
slides
seems
are
like
super
mean,
comfy,
again,
but I don't know about that one.
Again, I'm just not privy to all that.
It looks like
fancy
the
stuff.
alien. Like it looks like when the
I'm
alien
I'm
egg
cool with
is
getting.
breaking open.
I'm cool with getting the
Oh,
clearance
alien?
items. I'm
They
cool with getting the
absolutely
clearance
look
items.
ugly. But I'm gonna let you know.
Like the
I'm gonna let
egg.
you know, Avis.
They like the N-word. You can say it, but why would you want to?
Right.
Buy it, but
Latif, you just getting around the Crocs right about now.
Oh
You know
my
what I'm
god.
saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm good.
Wow.
I'm
They
good,
just
dog.
Crocs, right? But they look like they might make your feet
No, I
sweat.
don't even do Crocs.
that's funny. B.
They
I'll
probably
let you
Space
know.
Jam too, though. They probably wear them Space Jam too.
I go down to the outlet, give me some slides, and then I'm good.
That is awful.
Belinda,
That's
shut up.
Yeah, it look like you gonna go clean some house
That's
and
horrible.
you gonna be sweep mopping and
I look
you
like
need
an alien.
That looks
No.
like it
Brandy,
looks like
they look
what you
like
should
they're
wear
part
with
of
a
a
hazmat suit.
yeah.
Or you could strain
Like at a
spaghetti with
hospital.
it. That could also happen.
Well,
You
they
should have on a
Yeah.
hazmat
Strain
suit.
pasta.
That-
That's what I said. I had
Look at
to
man.
say
The white-
Look at man.
You could strain
You can
Right.
pasta with it. You know what I'm saying?
Train spaghetti with him.
Look at man. Look at man.
Well,
That
I'll
is-
let you guys
that
know
is-
because
that is
we
Alien versus
like
Predator
Latif
5.
said,
Yeah.
everything is not for everybody.
That's true.
You right.
I'll let you guys
That's a
know
great
my
perspective.
experience.
Those shoes are Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Definitely so.
They probably give you superpowers. You put them on.
Oh Lord.
Let's see how much money I can make when I put them on. I'll let y'all know.
Those are
What
called
else happened,
the
this
Colander threes is what they're called.
That's funny.
Hey, don't forget to tune in on Sunday. BET
Okay.
Awards. That is
having a
gonna
watch
be
party?
good.
Are
We
we
should
having a watch
do a
party?
watch party. We should do
It's
one.
gonna be in person.
We should do one. Yes, we should.
We should.
Yes, because COVID is gone, Dwight. Hello.
Nobody got to go to work tomorrow.
Nah, it ain't
Monday.
gone. It has been reduced.
Look,
No,
you heard
it's
that?
gone.
You heard that? The teacher in me. Don't nobody
Look
got
at
to go to work on Monday.
Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. She talking about it's gone. That's
It's gone.
that's a University of Florida in you. That's that game.
It's gone.
Don't worry, I'll catch the three
upper
meetings.
We're having
Florida
in-person
is.
events again.
That's
I understand that concept.
Florida in her.
Look,
You can talk to
Not me. You
Central
talking to
Florida.
me.
Hey,
You talking to
Don't
speaking
talk
of
Brandy.
to me like that,
Florida,
Brandy.
speaking of Florida, what happened with the building that collapsed down there, you guys?
Oh man, that's tough.
Nobody
Nobody
knows
knows.
exactly what happened yet.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it was.
God.
So from
I'm
what
just so amazed how it just landed on its own property like that. Like nothing went anywhere else. That's amazing.
from what I was, from what
All
I
we can
looked
do is
up
pray
and
for
read
them.
about, It was a 40-plus-year-old building, and they were going through the safety inspections to bring it up to code because the building was so old. And one of the
40 is not so old.
Really not.
40
It's
is
not.
old.
You know it's not old because you lived in the Heights, dog. You know it's not old.
So
Killian is over 50.
So when you
40
talk
is
about,
not old in building
Killian,
terms, but they were okay. They were getting.
Killian is not 15 stories up, and Killian is not being supported by an underground garage with pillars and stuff like that. And so that was the problem with this building construction, was that they were trying to repair or bring it up to code, and it's been stated that there was a pillar in the garage that was breached, which began to cause all of. So once that took on the force of, or took on the weight, that building collapsed, and then of course it was just like a domino effect, and then the second tower collapsed after it.
Well, there was an article there was an article that said the building been sinking since the 90s.
Oh my
And all I'm saying is like, therein lies the problem. Like when people talk about climate change or what's happening, Surfside literally is right up against the ocean.
It's right there.
Like
so
Miami
you really gotta check.
Miami Beach is below sea. We at sea level, right?
Well, Miami Beach is below sea level.
Below sea level, but Miami is like 10 feet above sea level. It's like 10 feet, but so you can really say we're at sea level.
So there were actually people living in that building, though, correct? People
There's still over.
There's 199 people unaccounted for.
And the saddest part about it is when it actually took place, because it collapsed like at 1:30 in the morning, when you know people are home, sleep. There might have been a higher survival rate, or the casualty rate might not have been as high if you talk about a building collapses in the middle of the day when everybody's at work, or in the morning, that kind of thing. So that just adds another element of tragedy to the situation.
So there was like four people that have been declared deceased.
Yeah.
It just seems to me, I thought it was random. Like something seemed like it was missing in the whole, to only have 4 right now. But maybe it could be me being
four bodies recovered.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The other almost 200, they just haven't been able to find.
Right.
That is so sad. Yeah. Well, we are praying for Miami.
Yeah,
it is. And the other thing about that, usually you would have your snowbirds, but that particular, but that particular area is where people live year round.
Yeah.
So you don't have snowbirds. So usually this time of year, most condo buildings will be empty because everybody went back up north for the summer, and then they coming back down here in October. But in that particular area, it's literally a year-round community. They have a Surfside Elementary. They have kids go to school and stuff like that. So that's what makes the body count even higher.
Dwight? I'm gonna ask Dwight this. Dwight, was Surfside Elementary the first school that had the COVID? Was that the school up north? Remember around that time when we shut down?
That's a good question. I think there was an early case that popped up at Surfside.
It was Surfside. They were the first school that had it when they initially shut down Dade County Public Schools.
That's interesting. So are you saying that's the reason why the building collapsed or something?
No. I was trying to say, when you said Surfside Elementary, I was like, I know something about Surfside Elementary, and it was Sunny or something. I don't know.
I'm just joking.
All right, we're gonna keep going. Prayers out to the community of Surfside and all of the families that are waiting to
prayers out.
Get a positive message from the Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, and prayers out to Miami-Dade Fire Rescue in doing an unbelievable yeoman's job right now. Before we close out, did you all see that footage of them in the basement and drilling the hole through the wall, trying to pull survivors up from the basement?
Yeah.
I can't watch it.
It was a lot.
And the thing about it, they just can't dig in because each layer is you know, it's affecting somebody's health. So, you know, I heard a lot of comments about, oh, why they not? Oh, you got to be sensitive. You got, and they described it like layers of an onion. You know, you got to peel it out. You can't just cut the onion in. You got to peel out layer by layer because his body's under each layer, and you know,
you can't come in with a bulldozer and just
and then scoop up everything.
Yeah. But I also want to recognize that there are all the different municipalities committed their firefighters to that mission. So you got firefighters from, you know, all over the county in Surfside. So shout out to all the first responders who are, you know, really doing their due diligence.
Yeah. And also, let's look at this. This has just happened. Breaking news: Derek Chauvin is sentenced to 22.5 years in prison in the death of
Ebony. That's
George
that
Floyd.
Yep. I said that's that face.
What? I don't know. What does that mean?
Because I was saying,
I'm white. What are you saying?
When we were together earlier today, I was like, I wonder what his face looks like once he finds out that he is sentenced for whatever time he's sentenced for.
No,
and I told her, I said, Ebony, there's the face.
Yeah, he gonna give him the training day speech. Oh, you must. You can do this to me.
That's also gonna be his surprise morning session too.
Scarface.
I'm putting cases on
all
I'm
you.
putting cases on all you.
Look.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess when you think you put it in perspective, I mean, he still has the federal side of it all, right? But I just don't. It's hard to celebrate that.
Nah, man, because
You know
somebody
right.
still. I mean,
there's a murderer going to jail. I mean,
right. He killed somebody.
Yeah.
He killed somebody. So I mean, how you gonna celebrate him killing somebody and then now him going to jail alive? You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Well, let me.
Your perspective or what have you, but I think it's more so the fact that he's being held accountable.
And they usually don't
actually been convicted. Exactly, Dana. And they're usually not. And
everybody that goes in
like this,
don't come out.
We always see them get off, no consequences, no nothing. So the fact that he was not only held accountable and actually convicted and sentenced to time, that's the win that can be celebrated. But I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, say that your point is not valid, because it definitely is, you know what I'm saying, but too often this does not happen. So that's the win that we can celebrate. And hopefully also the fact that moving forward, hopefully this can cause other law enforcement to stop and think and say, okay, if I choose to take the life of somebody, you know, I may have consequences that can, you know what I'm saying? My life, my freedoms could possibly be taken away from me. So hopefully this happening can you know, start a cultural shift in law enforcement, where they actually stop and think and say, you know,
it's not.
Okay,
It's not.
I'm not going to take the life of this innocent Black man because I saw Derek Chauvin was actually convicted, and I can actually be convicted and taken away from my family, my freedom taken away, if I choose to act in this way.
The
only way that is going to happen is if
Shannon.
The only way that's going to happen is if there is a systemic cultural change in the training and in the mindset, and I don't see that happening because when they roll up on me, they don't see the son of a doctor, an educator, the nephew of a pilot, the nephew of a CPA and respiratory therapist and stuff like that. They don't see all that. What they see is a vilification.
Don't forget Fashion Icon, bro. Don't forget Fashion Icon.
Action Icon.
So wrong.
But they see a
say it.
They see a Black man.
They don't see a captain.
They don't see a pilot.
They see some Yeezys.
Right. They
Right.
see an N-word, and all we
Spit it
know
out.
about
Spit it out.
these dudes, and the way I look, they vilify me to the hilt.
Absolutely.
They don't, and so therefore that cultural change needs to happen, because
So absolutely, right?
therefore the only way that's going to happen.
I almost said something, Captain.
He
If you don't
did
say
a
what you
big brother
saying,
move on her.
if you don't say what you saying, man, say it.
Therefore,
He did a big brother move on
He
you, Anita
did.
Baker.
Anita, I'm sorry. I'm
You
gonna
got
have to
1 minute,
bring this
Latif. We're gonna
together.
put you on the clock.
Isaac, go ahead and say what you gonna
He done
say.
tried to
No.
time you out.
So what I'm saying is, there. It just needs to be a culture change, and it needs to be a reclassification of and a rethinking of how they view us. That's all.
Thank you, Isaac.
So
Go ahead.
Wrap it up.
Go.
I agree, Latif, right? But the thing is, this is a huge puzzle, right? And so there's gonna be several pieces that are gonna have to come together to cause the actual change that we want to see. And I couldn't agree with you more. And I feel like that is definitely another piece of the puzzle that would have to, be put in place to create this shift that we want to see.
What Anita is saying is, and Bootsy, I'm gonna let you have the floor. What Anita is saying is exactly what Mary was saying last week.
Okay.
When are we going to be happy?
Okay.
When are we going to stop and celebrate things that are happening that fall up under the air quotes of positive and change and movement in the right direction? When are we going to stop and celebrate those wins?
Right.
When are going to be happy?
Quick question, Miss Diana Rice. Quick question, and this is to
Diana Rice.
Yeah,
I said Diana Ross.
Ross.
You said right.
Dana, this is. I want to know, officer that has committed this egregious act. He is not.
I think I'm needing a break before I answer this. Hold on.
He's not going to general population, is it? I'm about to say, okay.
23 hours down, he get 1 hour on the wreck by himself, more than likely.
Listen,
Okay.
and Latif,
unless he sign a waiver to go to general population, which he never will.
Right. I understand there's a difference between may and hopeful and change and shift. What about this? Here's the thing. It'll never be enough until this stuff is till they use these guys as examples. Until you use them as an example, all that we waiting for a shift, we waiting for a change. We got to question this. There's a bunch of pieces to the puzzle. Righteousness is righteousness. This man should be in jail for the rest of his life. I'm not waiting for all that change. Put this man behind the bars, execute him, fry him, do whatever you need to do.
Isaac, one moment. Bootsy was supposed to have the floor after Al finished, and that didn't happen. So please let Bootsy have his say.
I'd rather be with you, Bootsy. I'd rather be with you.
We love you, Bootsy.
Loving happiness.
Bootsy,
Loving happiness. No, all I was going to simply back up what Jessica was saying, in the sense of when do we become happy about these things, is when they stop feeling like we're being gaslit. And at the end of the day, that's what's happening, right? Like every time things like this come out, it's a level of dissatisfaction because we can recall people in our own life who are doing 25 years for conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Like conspiracy to sell, not even like the actual selling of drugs.
Right.
For holding the bag, you got people doing time in federal prison 20, 25, 30 years. Like part of the reason the First Step Act comes out and they bring out Alice Johnson had done 30 years for drug distribution. This man takes a person's life and will likely only do 15 years.
Thank you.
Right.
Good
And,
point.
and so
I told Ebony that today.
For that reason, people just can't be satisfied. But to Ebony's point, yes, this could be a first step. But the problem right now, again, another gaslighting piece to this is this only happens 1% of the time. So for the other 99% of the time, you got officer, Jacob Blake's officer back on duty. The other three that were involved in Chauvin, who separated their trials, we still don't know what the outcome of theirs is going to be.
Right.
Then you watch things like the first Capitol rioter just got a suspended sentence and a $500 fine.
A $500 fine.
Exactly. So
I
it's
told
like,
you, Ebony.
so black folks out here, like, you got cats. You got Khalif Browder, who ends up committing suicide and can't get out of jail for allegedly stealing a backpack, and you got a Derek Chauvin who only gets 15 years for taking a man's life that we all had to watch on TV. There's just can't be it's hard to have a kumbaya moment when you live in a world where those two things happen simultaneously.
Can I
ask
right? So
it's a message to us as well. I think that's the thing. It's sending the wrong message to us. That's the other problem that we have. And then, we're not even talking about our kids coming up that are seeing this stuff now that understand it. Like, that's why I can never be satisfied with, because I know we ask, black folk ain't never satisfied. But when you got stuff like this, you can never be and you can never settle. Because
I have a question. My mind didn't even allow me to think of it that nicely, Roy. Thank you. Whatever your name is. Thank you.
I have a question.
Chris Rock said it
I
best.
have a question.
Mary J got a question.
You going down? What's up?
Right. My question
what's the 411?
I heard Scarface and I saw a message from Gerald Cole. I know that both of them have experience in this area with regard to correction officers and that type of thing. I know that you're saying he will never be in general population, but is there a chance, like, would the COs accidentally, or it's not gonna happen?
No, because this is what.
Okay, about to write a postcard to somebody in Minnesota right now.
Profile.
Unless he signs a waiver, which he never will, and you see what happened with Epstein. You got people on trial for Epstein right now.
Okay.
So the thing about that is that even if he was to kill himself, a CO will probably lose their job for not watching him and not keeping him from killing himself.
Okay.
So that's once they get in there, everybody forget about him. And it's on, it's on the CEOs, and that's it. That's the harsh reality.
So what I was saying was Chris Rock said it best as far as racial equality. When we achieve it, when a black man can suck and still succeed, then we've achieved racial equality.
Oh, nice. So that takes us to a great segue into our next topic. Speaking of sucking, did you all hear the comments that Trick Daddy made about Beyonce and Jay-Z? Trick Daddy said that Beyonce can't sing and that Jay-Z is not the greatest rapper alive. This caused so much controversy. But the funny part was people were laughing at Trick Daddy. And then when I asked them, but are you saying that Beyonce sings better than Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey, or that she's a great vocalist? They would be like, oh, no, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that that was funny for it to come from Trick, which is a whole nother conversation, that everybody is not given the same platform to be able to express things. Roy talks about it all the time. Oh, I'm sorry. Kanye being Kanye talks about it a lot on this show. That if Scarface says something, then it's okay. But if Kanye being Kanye says something, then it comes out a different way. I think that's the same thing with this situation. I think we all can agree that there is no other performer better than Beyonce. But as it relates to being able to sing, just a singer, you cannot say that Beyonce is the best singer. Nor can you say that Jay-Z
Go ahead,
is the
Beyonce.
best.
Go ahead, Beyonce.
Hold
on, Beyonce.
Let the Beehive talk.
Nor can you say, I am the supreme, and I'm not done. Diana Ross. I'm speaking. Nor can you say that Jay-Z is the best rapper alive. You just
I can.
You cannot say those things.
Yes, I can.
I
cannot say those things.
I will say it, Mary.
He is.
He's the best rapper alive, Anita.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh wow.
Jay-Z is not Jay-Z without
You think
Kanye.
that he's a better lyricist than Nas? Not his duets. Not his duets.
Yes. I think Nas is great.
Name one single record that Jay-Z has put out where he has not featured another artist that was bad. What? Just one.
It's a
million of them.
He was one.
All I want to address the first thing about Beyonce for Beyonce. I would like to address the first thing for Beyonce.
I didn't hear the one. I'm still waiting on the one song.
I just gave you 3.
I can't hear you.
Have you ever heard Song Cry?
No.
Reasonable Doubt.
99 Problems.
Song Cry. 99 Problems. All of that.
Reasonable Doubt.
Jay, you
the
like
Black
99
Album.
Problems?
The Blueprint.
Yeah.
I like 99 Problems. I don't know those other songs.
Brandy,
because you're not a Jay fan.
Because you're not a Jay fan.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Wait a minute.
Yes, I am.
I would like to go back to the Beyonce issue.
Anita, we can't hear you.
Hold on,
and it sounds like you saying some good stuff.
I've been rattling off songs for the past 15 seconds. I mean, I don't know why you can't hear, but I mean,
you muted yourself, I think.
It's not just me. I promise you that your audio is low. I'm not wilding, Anita. I want to hear you. I'm not wilding.
Turn your mic up, Anita.
Go ahead,
young Miami.
That's right, Belinda. That's right, Belinda.
It's all
okay.
the way turned.
Go ahead,
I'm gonna yield to Young Miami and then come back
up
to me, Beyonce.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Look, first of all,
flip your hair, Beyonce. Flip it one more time. Go for it, girly.
With her nostrils flared too. Okay, so Beyonce never said she was the best singer. She never said that.
No, Trick said it.
Right. So Trick said it by himself. She's never claimed to be the best singer. She's never claimed to be that. And Trick, Beyonce nor Jay-Z are worried about Trick.
No.
Or his comment or his opinion. And everybody else is worried about his opinion, and they not worried about his opinion. And Trick could never have the amount of money that Jay-Z has and the success that Jay-Z has. And that's another thing. Like, nobody's worried about what you're talking about, Trick. That's your opinion, and that's awesome. And you can have one.
That's exactly what he said.
And you can have one. However, let's put this in perspective. Nobody worried about what Trick talking about.
But everybody in the world is talking about it, so that's why we're talking about it.
Because they were talking about how dare you.
Exactly.
The people
and that's
that
what I want us. That's what I
about it.
And that was my question. Did you guys agree with Trick, or did you not agree with Trick?
I just want to know how he's still 46.
I don't want to speak out of turn. I don't want to speak out of turn, so I'll go after Miss Beyonce. I'll go after
Beyonce.
Okay.
Beyonce, what do you think?
I'll go after Al.
Like my Young Miami 305 said, I never, I praise my foremothers like Diana Ross and Anita Baker, everybody. I am so humble. Okay. I never claimed to be the greatest entertainer or the greatest singer.
I think you are the greatest entertainer.
Do I know how to get that money now? Yes, I know how to get that
definitely
money.
Do.
You are the
does
greatest
my husband know how to get that money? Yes, he does. But guess what? We are so enlightened. We are beyond that now.
That's right.
Okay. Because we bring in good, do good, bake good, to our people. I need more people to do that, Trick. You can have, listen, Trick, you can have your opinion about me, my husband, but just know the consequences of your opinion is my hive. Everybody got those people that helped me make that money and my husband make that money. Just you don't have to even respond to them, but you did.
Belinda, but that's
Are you
like,
finished?
like Jay-Z could be like, oh, all right, I'm finna buy your whole little senator.
Save Blue Ivy.
And you can't do nothing about it.
Reverend
Al,
Reverend Al,
save Blue Ivy. Shut up, Dwight.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I think that
I love it.
one of the main issues, or rather,
I would like
one of the main points of contention is that the Beehive they conflate the issue and merge it, and then you talk about the average fan.
Let's go conflate.
Right, so conflate, and then but you have to be able.
Thank you.
But you have to be able to bifurcate the issue.
Oh, that's a double shot.
Right.
I ain't put my glass down
because I think that there's something to be said. There's something to be said when we talk about entertainment versus vocalists
and lyrics.
Right.
Yeah, like there's something to be said between entertainment and vocalists, and I personally agreed with Trick from a certain standpoint that she is not necessarily the best vocalist. But when you talk about everything that she adds, you talk about stage presence, you talk about entertainment value, you talk about delivery, you talk about energy, you talk about everything that she brings with it, you got to give Beyonce her just due. And I think that the Beehive, they continue to conflate. It's like, she can't sing? Off with his head. Give him the guillotine. Mm-hmm. And it's just, and again, it's just an opinion. Like, everybody has one. So I don't understand why they were so upset about it.
I agree with
you. I'm not saying nothing bad about Miss Jenkins.
So when Young Miami and I were speaking about this earlier, I said what people need to understand is two type of black men in Miami, right? You got Dade County, okay? Y'all fill in the blanks. And then you have African American men. Trick is a Dade County, okay? And he don't care.
No.
That is his opinion. And he
no.
What is
There you go.
That's what happened when Anita hang out with Young Miami.
That might be what God don't like ugly moments.
I didn't know that Anita Baker and Young Miami even hung out. That is really cross-generational.
Ain't that crazy? Young Miami.
Caught up in the rapture.
You better know it.
Right. That was Trick.
Look, the white said he was caught up in the rapture.
You understand about Trick. Like it is what it is. That's his opinion. And I have to agree with the fact that everybody is entitled to their own opinion. If that is his opinion, that's his opinion. Period. Mm-hmm. That's it.
But is he really 46?
What? Girl, when I yes,
Trick. Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, Trick is. Yeah,
a lot of times spurs ratings and all that other stuff.
Mary J, that's a lot of drugs and alcohol that's been through that body. A lot of drugs and alcohol.
He has lupus.
Trick has lupus.
Oh no, does he?
But he refuses to take his medicine. He said he'd rather do something else.
Oh no, Trick,
I have pills and Zelda Hills,
baby, because I'm a thug.
Right.
Okay, so wait a minute. Let me dirt off your shoulder. Are you familiar with that one?
Thank you,
Diana.
He's the only one. He's the only one singing that song.
Hey, look,
yes,
he's
the only one on that song.
No, but here's the thing: a lot of his stuff is good because Kanye produced it.
Wait, but that's not. Now we got a whole nother layer to it.
Kanye wasn't even thought of when
he needs Kanye.
Kanye wasn't even thought of when Reasonable Doubt came out.
Kanye was not around when Jay-Z made all of his stuff that put him on the map.
He was not around. The Black Album.
Kanye wasn't even around.
The Black Album is Kanye.
Dropout. Don't do that,
right.
Boy.
The Black Album is Kanye. I'll give you that. But the Blueprint, Reasonable Doubt,
all of that stuff is not
Kanye. That's not true because the Black Album is comprised of multiple producers. It's like 5 producers.
It is.
Kanye is one. Kanye is one of them. But when we talk about
one of
Jay-Z's
them.
classic tracks, such as Where I'm From, Can't Knock the Hustle,
Brooklyn's Finest.
All of that
Brooklyn's
stuff.
Finest.
Nobody
It had nothing to do with that.
Nobody
on, dog.
back in the day. Ain't nobody.
I don't know
question
that.
was, is
I
he
don't know
the
that
best
piece.
rapper? That was the question. Stick
Best
to
rapper
Alive.
folks.
Absolutely.
Alive. The
best
best
rapper
rapper
alive.
alive.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Not period.
Absolutely.
Alive.
Because Biggie
Alive.
is the best rapper of all
not
time.
knocking this
Whoa,
Him and
Biggie.
Pop.
Wait.
Him and
Hold
Pop.
on,
Him and Pop.
Makita. Hold on,
Let's not do
Makita.
that.
agree.
Hold on,
Him and Pop.
Makita. Hold on,
Him and
Makita.
Pop.
Hold on, Makita. Hold on.
Him
Hold on.
and Pac.
Hold on,
That's
Makita.
it.
Hold on, Mary.
Did you grow up in the 80s?
Hold on, Mary.
Did you forget about Rakim and KRS?
I didn't say they weren't
LL
good.
and everything.
But Biggie
Wait
and Pac
a
was
minute,
better than them.
Wait a minute, Isaac.
Whoever laid down the foundation.
Wait a minute, Isaac.
Whoever built upon that.
Let's not skip over
Look,
Y'all
Run
better
DMC.
get it.
Look, Isaac, shut up, because you're talking about the wrong person. You need to be talking about DMX.
Thank you,
ever
QT.
heard
That's
Let's
right.
not skip
That's
over
right.
it. Let's not skip over Run
DMX.
DMC.
Hey,
I'm not saying that they
you can talk
weren't
about that
good.
too.
I'm not
KRS
saying that all those people
KRS and
were good.
Rakim laid all that down for DMX and all them to stand on it.
I'm not
Trust and believe.
saying that Rakim is not good. I'm not saying that Run DMC is not good. What I'm saying is Biggie and Pac are the best, period. And then Jay-Z is the best alive.
Well, I got one question about Biggie. What did he talk about other than people didn't like him?
Let me go because we only have 10 more minutes.
And he got one.
Who the heck is that?
Not Big Daddy Kane.
The top
Big
five.
Daddy.
Dylan.
Dylan.
Big Daddy Kane.
Those Black
That
Pack.
is
Those Black
hilarious.
Pack. What you saying? Black Pack.
I mean, you got Big Daddy Kane.
I just want to know.
Ma, come on now.
I just want to know what
You got. I mean, come on now. You got Just Ice.
Captain.
You
One
got,
moment.
you got Cool Mo D.
Okay, I'm getting ready to go.
My
I'm going
mother
for
said
it.
the Sugar Hill
I'm
game.
going for it.
Exactly.
We have 9 more minutes. 9 more minutes.
Okay.
And we have a whole bunch of topics. I'm gonna try to
come on.
That
squeeze
we not
in
gonna get to.
Go ahead.
maybe 3 more.
Okay, come on, let's do it.
I
Black
apologize.
Pack,
Go ahead.
you said it. You finished my
I'm
sentence
speaking.
that we not gonna get to.
I'm speaking.
So
Biggie was the sexiest rapper alive.
11 U.S. cities have made pledges to pay reparations to their Black residents.
What about Miami?
Oh man.
And Miami
No,
is not one of them.
Miami is not one.
Is Atlanta one of them?
Oh, I
No,
already knew
Atlanta
that.
is not one of
Why?
them.
What about Ohio?
Miami will never
What about
do that.
Cleveland?
No, Cleveland is not one
not
of
on the
them.
list.
What are the cities, Miss Ross? What are the cities?
I know a few.
There was Denver, there was
Wilmington, North Carolina.
LA,
Asheville,
Denver.
North Carolina.
Asheville? We need to move? Is that what we're saying?
So it's where the
Tulsa,
Black people don't
Oklahoma.
reside. It's where the
Tulsa,
Black people don't
Oklahoma,
reside.
Los Angeles, California, St.
Oh, that's
Louis,
big.
Illinois, Denver, Michigan.
Oh, Miles, y'all.
I mean-
maybe Miles is from St. Louis, y'all. That's where he's born. His birth is St. Louis.
Wait.
Hey, you gotta give
St.
us-
What is the
I
stipulation of
said
Mexico?
What are the terms of the reparations?
Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
San
What are the-
Francisco, California.
You better
He said, "Oh, Miles from St. Louis."
Al Green.
Miles lived in St. Louis for 2 years.
What
Exactly.
are the
Hey,
terms
your
of
birth certificate
for 3
say
years.
St. Louis. Tell them
reparations?
to
Over
send
3
the check.
years.
Queen B
Beyonce,
is,
that
Queen B
hasn't
is
been
asking
worked
the
out
question.
yet.
Well,
Queen B is
yeah,
asking the question.
Go ahead, go ahead, Boosie.
Let
Go ahead,
Boosie.
Boosie.
Let Boosie go.
to answer
Go ahead,
Beyonce's question, each city is formulating their own version of reparations. I can tell you, like Wilmington was one of the first, and definitely check out the Wilmington coup if folks don't know why Wilmington pushed for reparations for their residents because they really did some messed up stuff to Black folks. But they're doing it like housing supplements, educational supplements. So it's like they're putting together a long-term package for Black residents to get to economic equity.
Love
So
it.
that's what they're doing. So other cities may do different things,
Yeah, I think it's great.
but it's super dope. Like I think it's like $25,000 closing costs on homes, like stuff like that, and then like free tuition for graduates of high
Now,
school.
can we move there and get that free tuition?
That'd be another question.
That's funny.
I'm gonna tell you what I told Jessica. I don't want 40 acres in the mule. I want 40 acres in the mill.
Right.
Okay?
You mean like a wheat mill? You want to get into farming? That's good.
You know exactly what a mill is.
I mean, all of that is great, but us, I mean, for the most of us that live down here in South Florida, I know for a fact that will never happen down here, for the simple fact that they don't even acknowledge the accolades in which we have done to build this city and to build South Florida down here. I mean, they have tried to erase a lot of the history in which we have done down here, as far as and even so
how much dope we sold to build this city?
and even so much from Goombay being erased and Goombay now they're saying, oh, now we want you to just do it in Peacock Park instead of just blocking off the streets. No, we're gonna block the streets off again, and we're gonna bring that back.
Speaking of Goombay, okay, Splat Pack, go ahead.
Well, what I can say, Mr. Hayes, is that I was called to a tribute to the people of Richmond Heights. So the more we do that, the more they can't ignore it. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like, I understand what you're saying, but now we got to step up.
You know, big time. I totally agree.
So
that's
one of the things.
I totally agree. And
like,
so the voices
go to the ground.
So
Scrub the ground. Round and round you go. Round and round you go. Round and round you go. Let me hear you say scrub the ground. Scrub the ground. Let me hear you say scrub the ground.
All right, okay. Ms. Ross. All right,
Kanye, get your wife. Kanye,
my friend Jessica wrote a book about Richmond Heights.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah,
but those things need to be continuously.
Isaac. So just finishing up on Juneteenth, IKEA done showed they had the nice little menu.
Did they have macaroni and cheese too?
Yes, they did.
They always have macaroni and cheese.
So did they eat? Did the people eat lunch?
Devil's advocate a little bit. Like, I like fried chicken and watermelon. So
me too. I don't see nothing wrong with the menu. Me personally.
I'm trying because I was really thinking about this though, because I'm like, okay, like if they were celebrating, I don't know, Chinese New Year, they would have egg rolls and
lo mein.
But yeah, lo mein or sushi.
And that would also be disrespectful.
Right.
Why are we offended by the there are but that's with every culture.
I want to stay there,
Jewish
Anita.
People eat the latkes. Yeah, help me, y'all. You know, the other people.
No, we're not going to help you because it needs to be on the menu continuously, not just when it's
the Swedish restaurant, Isaac,
and corned beef.
Well, what I'm saying is they don't always have the river green.
So therefore, keep it Swedish then. Keep it Swedish then, Diana. Just keep it Swedish then, Diana.
Who decided
like why you
watermelon like
going
that? Like
why you?
It's negative. It's a negative connotation when you hear
that. I'm not agreeing with them on what
what
they
I'm
did.
saying is, if they have a Swedish menu at IKEA,
just jump in because Isaac is going to keep talking.
I know. Okay, this is what I think. I get what you're saying, Anita, but guess what? Marketing, PR 101. Don't try to reach us and honor us through food.
No bueno.
Sell a black line in your IKEA store or something like that. Hello.
That's what I'm talking about.
Come with it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Come with it.
But
if
they had a redneck day, they would say that same menu because rednecks love chicken.
I like to eat.
That's funny, Splat Pat.
Speaking and going in line with that whole PR marketing and brand day, did you guys hear about Michael B. Jordan and his rum and all of the negative connotations that surrounded his Trinidadian rum, Juva,
Juve.
That part. And now that everyone has come for him,
he's apologizing.
And
Joe
not
look like
only
Joe
that,
Dirt to
he
me.
is changing
it's
brand
Juve.
name.
Can we just say how handsome he looked in that picture, though?
No, we
changing
cannot,
the
Mary,
name.
right now.
Yes,
We
he
got
is,
the issue
Mary.
right now,
You
Mary.
can. How
He
about
is
that?
We need you to
Mary.
focus. We need to focus on the issue.
Me,
Oh,
I mean,
Okay.
Bianca,
Okay.
Bianca, do not use
Should
this
have happened
platform to search for
8
your
minutes
entanglement.
ago.
That is hilarious.
yucky. That is yucky.
Yucky. I don't have any more to
Miles,
drink.
what?
That is
Yucky.
That is too much.
nasty.
Okay, what
Wait
is
a
he
minute. Who
changing
was
it
the
to?
one that had the problem with it? Was
he
it Nicki
didn't-
Minaj?
It wasn't
Yes.
just Nicki Minaj. It was
Right,
not
Nicki.
just
They
Nicki
Trinis.
Minaj.
Okay.
It was the whole Trinidadian culture that came
Yeah.
for
Oh,
him
wow.
on all social media platforms.
Exactly. It's
Talking
cultural
about
appropriation.
yes,
It's called.
and they Bootsy, I want your comments about this, but let me finish framing it. Michael B. His partner was Trinidadian.
That's what I was saying.
So where do we? It goes back to celebration and stop
Right.
always having a problem with something.
You know what?
They hating on him because they thought he killed Black Panther, so they still
and
hating on
so
Michael.
I want to know where do we kind of stop and draw the line and stop bitching about shit?
That's what I'm talking
Yes.
about.
Yes.
She got
Yes,
Mary J.
Diana.
Go like
Look
this,
at
though.
Diana
Come
Ross.
on, Diana.
You gotta lean.
Come on.
Are we on HBO? Are we
Look at
on HBO?
Are
Diana.
celebrating each other and the fact that
Oh, man.
the Trinidadian man had enough
Input.
mindset to feel like he
It was
needed
okay.
someone like Michael B. Jordan's status to put his face on his brand,
Right.
and for the world of Trinidadians to come against what he thought was going to be a great brand. The fact of the matter is, many of us on this platform of the Black diaspora had never even heard of this.
Right.
And now, I understand all of what this celebration is about, and I've been educated on it. And instead of maybe looking at the fact that Michael B. Jordan is not Trinidadian, what about challenging him to possibly look into their culture and infusing some of the dollars into the things that they think are important? It's almost like what we do here in Miami as a Black diaspora. When you're not invited to the table, you figure out how to win in that equation. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. One moment, Splat Plat. Let's give Bootsy Collins opportunity.
Well, no, I mean, the reason I brought up cultural appropriation is because it can happen within the Black diaspora. And the problem is a failure to understanding the history and the rationale between certain terminologies. So yeah, you'll hear Trinidadian folks talk about Juve and the parties that are associated with it. But I think the Trinidadian community had two major problems. The celebration of Juve is a celebration of freedom, right? Liberation of Black people in Trinidad and Tobago from slavery is where it gets its roots from, right? Secondarily, the rum itself wasn't being manufactured in Trinidad and Tobago. There was no means of support of the island of Trinidad and Tobago through the profit that was going to be gained from it. So the clapback has everything to do with just what I was mentioning before, the notion of appropriating something without the full recognition and understanding of it is deserving. And so the argument I would make, Jessica, right, is if somebody all of a sudden came out with a brand called My Two Cents, right? And then it's like, and did basically the same thing we're doing. Every Friday they're doing a show, they're calling it My Two Cents without any recognition of the hard work you put in to building the brand of this, and then not giving you recognition because of it, you'd rightfully be upset and have every right to be so. And so it is incumbent on us as Black people that if we're going to do this kind of thing, that we really do root ourselves in an understanding of our own collective history. And black people in America barely know their own history, let alone the history of the Caribbean, continental Africa, the South American subcontinent, where all the black people are, right? And so we got to do a better job of learning about each other collectively before we step out there and just be like, I'm gonna slap the name Juve on a bottle and we're gonna turn up, because it's deeper than that. And for the people of Trinidad, even though we know it as a party, it's deeper for them. And I feel them on that.
I mean, I think it's perspective too, though, right? He might have the star power to bring that to light and share the rest of that story and message with the rest of the world too. Mm-hmm. I think it's perspective.
And like just adding to Roy is like, Roy and Dwight. I mean, Bootsy and Kanye being Kanye. It's a lot easier to just complain about a problem when you're not presenting a solution. You know what I'm saying? That's more the problem. When people focus on problems without a solution, they have a lot to say. But you have a person that complain, you be like, okay, well, how you fix it? Oh, I don't know. I can't tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm. So did you decide to change
but on this one in particular, right? Had the company affiliated itself with the country, you wouldn't have heard any of the murmurs. And that's the thing that sometimes we don't do, is we don't take the necessary steps to appreciate the root of what we're trying to talk about, right? Like
but let me ask you this, Dwight. Before that happens, was anybody like the Trinidad, the corporate, or was anybody involved before they released that?
Yes, his business partner was Trinidadian. And so what Trinidadians were saying about the business partner was that he was ignorant. Bootsy, I'm going to say this. I feel like even if they would have been giving a percentage back to some cause of Trinidadian culture, they would have had a problem with it because of the fact that it was a rum. And they felt like the essence of what Juve stood for did not speak to rum, did not speak to an alcoholic beverage, did not speak to them celebrating independence, God, and being free. They didn't feel as if the two meshed together. So the young man who was Trinidadian descent, who did bring Michael B. Jordan on board, who assigned all of this together and merged the worlds, just missed the mark on it. That was what I understood.
He didn't do his homework.
They need to
but he got paid. He got paid though.
Hip rock star.
You know the problem is with black folk, we get mad when other people be the first to do what we really should do or want to do.
We done did everything though, Roy.
We did most stuff first, and we don't get credit for it too, Roy.
I mean, I get that too, but we're in a time right now where we can, right? So I sit back and wait for somebody to create a Twitter or a Google or something else, and then we'd be like, why don't we have our own?
Well, we're going to lead with this story that speaks to exactly what you're saying. Tyler Perry and Bishop T.D. Jakes.
Is he playing T.D. Jakes in a movie?
No, sir. They just were approved for 94.5 acres of land at Fort McPherson for an entertainment district. And they are getting ready to do the damn thing in Atlanta, GA.
Yes. Hey, that's what we do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought the entertainment district was called Peachtree Street.
The entertainment district will be called Cleveland Avenue.
That's undesired entertainment, Bootsy.
Peachtree runs several different ways.
Right. Speak for yourself, sir. Speak for yourself.
Hey, thank you all for joining us.
My bad,
another good one. We'll see you next week. Peace.